If you're a small artist trying to get discovered on Spotify, then you don't want to miss this massive update Spotify just made. These new tools are a game changer for us if used correctly. This is part 2 in a video series of me breaking down Spotify's secret event Stream On held in Los Angeles. So here's Joe Hadley, the head of Spotify partnerships, to share the first tool.
Here are a few of the new features you'll soon find in the campaign section of Spotify for Artists.
Let's start with Marquee, which is already a big part of an artist and label's release strategy. It's one of the most effective tools out there to market new releases. Marquee offers a full-screen sponsored recommendation of your new release. It focuses on reaching listeners who have shown interest in your music. Recently, we've been working with marketers across 8 labels and distributors to find out just how much more effective Marquee is than leading off-platform marketing options. The answer? On average, Marquee is 10 times more cost-effective at getting listeners to stream your music on Spotify than ads on the most popular social media platforms.
Okay, that's great, but let's set the record straight. Spotify is a fan-base development tool, not a fan-base building tool, all right? It's to nurture fans that already exist and stream your music. Now, put the gun down because I'm going to show you how to actually build a fan base as well. But the reason Spotify Marquee is so powerful because it's basically a retargeting tool. You're telling fans that have already streamed your music that you've got a new release out. So of course, when they get that new, ad right in front of them saying, hey, go stream this new release, of course people click on it because they're already familiar with you. Now, the requirements to be able to run a Spotify Marquee ad are 5,000 streams in the last 28 days. And this is because Spotify needs data, man. They need someone to retarget to. So it's your job to run Spotify ads, not Marquee ads, or Facebook or Instagram ads, TikTok ads, YouTube ads, tour, whatever it is. You've got to do the marketing on the front end so then you can retarget, right? And then run these Spotify Marquee ads, which from my experience are extremely powerful. Once someone clicks on it and watches one of the ads, they go and stream up a whole bunch of more music. So it is great for getting old fans and fans that haven't listened to you in a while to come back and stream your music. But it's actually also a little frustrating that we're having to pay for that to even retarget them. It's kind of like a little Facebook trick where you build all these followers, and now just like Facebook is charging us to pay to reach that audience, now Spotify is, but at least we're getting paid for every single stream. So I'm still a fan of it, but you've got to grow your fan base. So I'm inside my artist dashboard where you set up a marquee. And again, I love about Spotify is that they show you how many people are listening to your music, which is so dope. But you click on this little megaphone here and see where it says marquee. This is where you can set up a marquee ad campaign for a song. And so I've got 1 day left to run it for a song that's already out, or I can set it up for a new song that is coming out this Friday. So if I click create campaign, and then I click next, then I select the country I want to run the marquee in, which is going to be the United States, because that's where I have the most of my fans. And so this is the ad that's going to pop up that they're talking about. It's going to say, boom, Manifest has a new single. Go listen to it, right? And I can either have it go to my singles page or my This Is Manifest page, but it has to be out already to do that. So I'm going to have it just go to the singles page. And then this is the audience targeting that I'm talking about. So your reachable audience, a group of listeners who have followed or shown interest in your music and are likely to find your campaign relevant, all right? So these are people that have already followed you or listened to your music. These are not cold fans. These are warm fans, people that have heard of you. Or you can select a segment. So these are basically the fans that you can retarget. Actively streamed your music in the last 28 days. So those are hot fans. Casual listeners, actively streamed your music in the last 6 months, but streamed less than your other listeners. So they're a little cooled down. And then lapsed listeners have not actively streamed your music in 6 months. So it's like, okay, let's get these guys back, right? And so if you just click on your reachable audience, it'll group percentage of those together. And then you got to decide on your budget, right? So if I want to do like $500, then it's telling me I'll get about 1,000 clicks, right? People to listen to my music. But I want to show you on a completed campaign. This is one we did in Germany. We spent $300 and we got 797 clicks, right? It's cheaper to run ads in Germany, by the way. And the average listener went and listened to 4.5 tracks. So that means after they saw my ad, they went and streamed another 4.5 songs, right? Shows you how many more playlist ads we got and a whole bunch of data. So this is really dope.
Another tool that's taken off is discovery mode. Algorithmic recommendations are critical on audio and video streaming platforms. On Spotify, 1/3 of all new artist discoveries happen that way. But there really hasn't been a way to make those recommendations work with your strategies until now. Here's how to use discovery mode. Together, you and your team identify priority songs, and we'll add the signal to the algorithms that shape personalized listening sessions. So if your song is resonating with listeners, discovery mode will increase the likelihood that it's recommended in both radio and autoplay. Every month, you'll be able to see reporting to understand how many new listeners you reach, how many added you to playlists, and how often your songs were saved. So far, we've been in testing mode, but the results speak for themselves. On average, we've seen users save discovery mode songs 50% more often, add them to playlists 44% more, and follow the artist 37% more. And that's just within a song's first month of discovery mode use. Those results have stayed strong as we've scaled up the program, so now we're ready to take that one step further. While labels can continue to access discovery mode directly through our team, I'm excited that discovery mode is now available directly within Spotify for Artists today. Now, thousands of independently distributed artists and labels have access to discovery mode.
So Spotify discovery mode is a complete game changer. I got 17,000 new listeners after turning this on. This is fans that had never streamed my music before. I saw my royalties go up, everything. Yes, they take 30% commission off the top of the master for the first stream on radio or autoplay of the song, but then any other songs and songs they stream afterwards is commission free. So it brought me in thousands of new fans and streams, and my royalties went up. I tell every single artist to turn this on. I'm going to share my screen and show you what I mean. So again, I'm in my artist dashboard again, and I click on the megaphone and see how there's Marquee. Well, this time we're going to click on discovery mode. And if you scroll down here, and I've been blessed to be in this program for a while. We were in the beta test, and it's just a freaking game changer. If you click on March, so this is just last month, I got 15,000 new listeners. This is the total number of new listeners who have never streamed the artist before. We got a 502% listener lift, the rate at which your average number of daily listeners changed during this campaign. So we got a massive lift. You can see here 357 new saved, the number of times a song was saved by a listener, reached in radio and autoplay, so because of Spotify discovery mode. And then another 186 playlist ads, the number of times a song was added to a playlist, again because of the radio and autoplay. So what does this look like in a song? Well, I know for a fact that I've turned it on for the song Save You, and I don't know if it'll show the data because we've been in it for so long. From a song that's only getting a few thousand streams a day to a peak of 11,000 streams. There's another song I know we definitely turned it on for, Firestarter, where if we go last 12 months, it's not showing it because of the delay, but I remember we were only getting a few thousand streams, and then it jumped up to 9, and then it took us up to 21,000, and it's still just crushing it for. And this is for a song that I was only getting 2,000 to 3,000 streams a day, but let's keep going.
The most powerful time to reach fans is when they've chosen to engage with music, when they open up Spotify. That's why we've built a new tool called Countdown Pages.
Behind me, you can see the brand new countdown page for Subtract, the new album from Ed Sheeran. These countdown pages provide dedicated space on your artist profiles and on our home feed for your fans to watch the timer countdown to your new release. Fans who pre-save your album will get push notified when it's released, and we'll automatically add your album to their library so they can start streaming.
We've been testing Countdown Pages with Karol G, Taylor Swift, Florence and the Machine, Mona Skin, Sam Smith, and many others. And the results really have been stunning. On average, 80% of pre-savers stream the new release within the first week.
So this is really exciting because now we're finally able to do pre-saves right inside of Spotify. Now you don't necessarily need the DistroKid's hyperfollow or hyped edit or toned in. But the only thing I wonder, and I don't think, because I don't even have this in my profile yet, the pre-saves of the countdown pages, is will you be able to collect the name and email like you can with a hyperfollow or hyped edit? And so you get the pre-save plus you get that coveted name and email address. So if I'm doing a pre-save campaign, I want to make sure that I'm also collecting that data, because Spotify's not giving that all to me. And I'm telling you, Spotify, I hope, is around forever. Like, they're amazing. It's great. It's been a game changer, but they don't share the names and email address. And so you can be building this business on Instagram or Facebook, but then if they go away, then so does your business overnight. So how are you going to contact those fans? Well, that's why you need to be collecting the name and email address, right? The other thing I'll say too is I've pre-saved some of my students' songs that I train, and so I end up getting the email about the song. And sometimes I click on it and I listen there, or sometimes I'm busy and I don't. And so yes, the song will be in the person's library, but you can't assume that they've just heard it. That's why you need to triple down on your marketing. You still need to do a Spotify marquee, still need to do a Spotify ad, still need to do Facebook, Instagram ads, social influencers, all these things to make sure that your song is a success. You can't just say, oh, well, I got 91 pre-saves or I got 1,000 pre-saves and that's it. No, you want to go all in like your life depended on it. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever kind of just thrown a song out there, or there were other songs where you went hard. Well, I want to encourage you to go hard on all your songs, but we're not done yet. Check out this tool.
Video, of course, gives music a powerful boost. But on social media, music often gets hacked into sound bites and pushed into the background. Sound biting music pressures artists to take time away from creating art to try and sync it with memes. Now, if an artist is lucky, a listener might seek out the whole song, but artists and their teams tell us it's actually far from guaranteed. And it's in that spirit that we're expanding our video ecosystem, keeping music at center stage where it belongs, a space where artists can connect with the biggest music fans, create long-term relationships, and build careers that last.
Starting today and expanding to more artists and more places over the next few months, Spotify will begin to let artists add 30-second videos to their artist profiles and album pages. That way, new listeners and their biggest fans can go deeper into their stories while they're listening. We call these videos Spotify clips.
So this is Spotify's response to TikTok to kind of fight back and get those eyeballs and ears back on their platform. This is why Instagram did Reels and Facebook did Reels and YouTube did Shorts, all of this short form content with video without ruining the amazing business model Spotify has, but they're adding video. You might not have this in your profile yet. I don't. Next best thing you can do in the meantime is make sure every single one of your songs has the 8-second snippet for your Spotify canvas, because that's going to get priority in the stream, in the feed when they're sharing your song. So go add that to your songs. I'll show you right now. All right, I'm on my artist Spotify dashboard, and this time I want to click on music, and then I want to click on releases, or I can just scroll down here. And so if I click on this song, Come Back Home, you can see it says Manage Canvas. So if I click on that, it's already got an 8-second video clip here. But if I go down to maybe one of my songs, maybe not as popular, let's keep going down. Let's just try this song, Rockin' Me. It says Add Canvas. So I click on there and I want to add a canvas, okay? I've just gotten lazy because these songs are only getting, a few streams a day, but still, this will increase your streams. I suggest you do this for all your songs. I just did this for like 30 of my songs. So you're watching this and you don't have these tools yet, or you don't have the streams, right? For Spotify Marquee, or you don't have the Spotify clips or these different tools. Well, you need to grow your fan base. So you do that by either doing it organically on social media and posting really engaging content and grow slowly, or you run Spotify ads, or you run Facebook, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, right? Hire social influencers to make videos with your posts in it to grow your fan base. I'm a big proponent of Spotify ads because I like to fish where the fish are. Someone's already in Spotify and I want to grow Spotify and I can target them. Well, then I don't have to make them jump platforms, right? So I really encourage you to run Spotify ads. I put a link below this video for our Spotify ad templates and training, because most artists, when they start with Spotify ads, they get it wrong and they spend a whole bunch of money and their click-through rate is garbage. It's like 0.0 something. It means basically you're running these ads and barely anybody is clicking on them. And so you're spending all this money and you're like, oh, it doesn't work. And it's like, no, because you don't have your ad right. You're not saying the right thing. You're not targeting the right way, and you're making mistakes. Okay. The minimum you can spend on Spotify ads is $250 to get started. All right. And so that's why we have our Spotify ad templates and training below this to help you get started, or my book, Spotify Profits. Get both of them. Point is, just get in the game and start. Get excited. Don't complain. Don't compare. Collaborate and create. I'll see you in the next video.